Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low.
Good evening. Where is everyone? Good evening. Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. I'm Lunar Beaches Crypto, coming to you live right here on the Piper Academy Network, Sunday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you all of the latest and greatest market analysis, or just my absolute best. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Hope you had an amazing weekend. We've got a lot to go over. We've got a busy week. Busy week ahead. So we'll be going over that stuff, of course. It is the week of the FOMC. So there's every single day could potentially have a play within it. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how things look. We're gonna look at the charts, of course, and just go over some general stuff. It is Macro Monday, so you know what we do. We like to go over a little bit of everything on Macro Monday. Try and see how everything is looking on the macro end, zoomed out. See what we can maybe expect for the week ahead, and try to get prepared for all possible scenarios. My Memphis Tigers won the American Athletic Conference Championship today. So shout out to them. Woohoo! And we're going dancing. We got a 5 seed. That's what's up. I'm here for it. It's good to be back in the dance. Good to be back in the dance. Absolutely love it. Let's see where. Got what I was trying to add to my chart before I came on here, because I had to do some moving around of the charts. I'm trying to find what I wanted to put on here. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I wasn't trying to find it. I was trying to remember it. Anyways, how's it going, guys? Hope you had an amazing weekend. We can let's go ahead and just jump right on in. You guys just want to jump right on in? What's going on? Oh, we can't just jump right on in. What are we talking about? I gotta first bring up the beautiful, the wonderful, the amazing Madhouse. What is going on, guys? How are you doing? We got the Madhouse in the chat. The Madhouse is the chat. The chat is the Madhouse. It's the chat house Madhouse. The Mad Chat House. What's going on, guys? How you doing? What's going on? Flat Smack, good evening to you. Good evening, Trade Intuition. Almost first. Alexandra G. Hi, LBC. Have a great stream. Thank you, Alexandra G. We'll do our best. Trade Intuition throwing all the waves in the chat. Absolutely love seeing the waves. Throw them waves in the chat. Lunar Beaches Crypto style. Waves, sharks, OnlyFins. Hashtag OnlyFins. Let's go. Dylan VA, good to see you again. Hi all, have a good night. I guess I hope if you're not sticking around, hit that like button on your way out. Kasim, what's going on, Kasim? Hope y'all have an amazing week ahead. You as well. You as well. All set. How are you doing? All set. Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Absolutely adore you. All set. J-Vi, what's going on? Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Who else we got? I think that is it right now. Alexandra G. Let's see. I think that is all for right now. VW John, I hit it on my way in. Thank you, VW John. Absolutely appreciate you. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a push right now. Let's go ahead and just jump on over into the charts. Got the chart prime indicators up tonight. Well, going to be looking at these a little more over here in the Madhouse, and kind of focus more on my with my channel, kind of focus more on less indicators, more price action. But focus on both here. I mean, there's no problem with the indicators. I mean, hey man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You can use it. It's great. Check it out. Get you 1 month, 45% off. Link in the description down below. Chart Prime. It's in the game. Or something. Turn on that dynamic reactor and see where we're sitting there on the 15-minute. We are getting in some green candles in here. We're trying to get a push. It is the Asia session. Asia likes to mess with us a little bit, but we are breaking above that dynamic reactor. Trying to turn it, flip it green, trying to flip it to some support. We are above the 0 line on our money flow, on our trend fusion, and our True 7. And our power bar is bullish, and so is our volume matrix. So could be seeing a little bit of a push here, but we did earlier today get a nice little pump up here, but then an immediate push back on that came back down and swept the low. So that's a little bit of manipulation, as they say, some liquidity grabbing. What is going on, Harp? Hope you're doing well, Harp. Thank you for being here. Al Jr., what is going on? Hope both of you are doing well. Thank you for joining us. So we've got a bullish divergence here on the 15-minute between our trend fusion and our price action. Our trend oscillator putting in a higher low while our price action is putting in a lower low. So that did give us this little push to the upside. Nice little divergence there. Push to the upside, back up to the dynamic reactor. I mean, if you're just playing off of this, that would have been a nice little gain in there. So, Bitcoin, that's short-term time frame. Let's go ahead and give it a zoom out. Let's zoom all the way out to the weekly chart. We are on the Bybit chart. Let's go ahead and go over to the index. Go over to the index. There we go. Put this back on a log scale, not this one. This one. There we go. All right, so still nicely above the, exceptionally above the dynamic reactor on the weekly chart. So we have hit a take profit 5. Candles are a little bit gray, so that means probably price action is a little bit weak. So we're just trying to find some support, some buyers to come in and push this price to the upside. Hard to find in today's economic environment. But we do see the price of eggs coming down, so people should have a little bit of extra money to buy some Bitcoin, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You should know what I mean, because I said it. You should always know what I mean because I say it. You know what I mean? Anyways. We are sitting below the zero line on the weekly, though, with our trend fusion and our money flow and our true 7 and our volume matrix is bearish, all on the weekly chart. That doesn't mean that we can't get a quick roundup push back to the upside. The question is, how high can we go before we start maxing out over here and then just roll on over? That is also obviously in the cards. Of course, something like that would make some sense, right? Because you've got the little flag here, you consolidate for a little while, then you break out, and then you come back down, do a little ABC to the downside, hit that dynamic reactor, and then push higher. Potentially. We'll see. We might not even come back down to the dynamic reactor. We are still strong on the trend. We're holding the macro trend. Bouncing on that macro trend. So this is our third little tap of the trend. So as long as we hold this, we should be okay. But if we just get a little bit of a bounce up and then we roll over and then we come back up and then we hit our head on the downwards or the upwards, the ascending slope, then that would be a bearish back test and we would probably roll over even further. But let's hope we don't do that. Let's hope we at least hold these highs over here, flip that previous resistance into support, and instead of doing something like this, even if we do lose it, maybe get a bounce, reclaim, and then continue higher. That is kind of what that's a bullish scenario. But outside of that, we could see some just rolling over, which would not be fun. Maybe we get an ABC and then a rollover type deal. That's also possible, especially if we have already topped. But the main thing is going to be, I believe, getting back above 100K, closing above that, getting a close above that. Even if we got to pull back to the trend line, getting a close back above, a weekly close, I would say, back above the 100K mark, that would really help us, really help signal, okay, we have a little bit of strength here. We can maybe continue to push higher. But we shall see. Macro conditions aren't exactly where we would like to see them as the economy contracts, but we'll see. Loss on crypto. What's going on? Good evening. Hope you had an amazing weekend. Loss on crypto. Absolutely beautiful to see you here this evening. All right, so Bitcoin, like I said, just maintain the trend, and I think we could be okay. But we'll see. Even though things are a little tight in the economy, markets can be irrational. They can make no sense. But as we come down here to the daily chart, we are in a sell signal underneath the dynamic reactor that is red. If we come up here and get a rejection at that dynamic reactor, we can't seem to break above it. Look for more rolling over. That is going to be, of course, around the $88,000 to $89,000 mark. But we have put in a bullish divergence on the daily chart. But sometimes these things can take a little bit of time to play out. And then hopefully we'll just get some grinding out and put some quick moves on the trends, on the trend side. Really what we want to see is a push up, a pull back like this, and then another push up, pull back, and then another push up. Something that looks what I like to call impulsive or energetic, quick moves where we come up, real shallow pullbacks, not real deep, but real shallow pullbacks. That way we're in a more of a trendy market, something like this, right? More trendy. But once you start getting all this chop, it just says weakness and bearishness. That sellers are in control. But what we want to see is just that trendiness. Just get the price moving, shallow pullbacks, and keep the price going. Until we do that, I say we remain bearish. It is okay to take trades on take shorts on pumps until we break some significant levels and get some nice little pullbacks and start showing some strength. But as long as we are continuing to show weakness, I think that we should mostly be focusing on some shorts. What is going on, Wick 589 Classic? M2 just hit another high, 8 to 10 weeks. Did M2 just hit another high? US, I just looked at this earlier and it looked like it was pointing down, so. Oh, look at that. Haven't looked at it since the close. I don't know. Is that another high? Yeah. M2 is pushing a little bit higher, so this is your money supply. Just so for reference, let's go back to Bitcoin chart. Let's just go to the Bitstamp chart. Zoom this on out. Let's go to the weekly and turn indicators off. There we go. We're going to go to the compare button up here. We're going to click on USM2 new price scale, and let's do this. We can see as our money supply increases, so does our price. As our money supply decreases, so does our price. We do start to reverse before the money supply turns back around. We can see the rounding off and the push up, but it kind of looks like it's leveling out, so we need to be cautious of that. If this does start to turn and creates a new high in our monetary supply, then all right, then we can talk about maybe pushing that thing higher based purely on M2, okay? But this M2 is just going to be one piece of the puzzle. We also have the FOMC this week where we'll see what they decide to do with the interest rates. I assume they're going to remain paused again. We'll see. LOL. Y'all say hi to wifey. She's looking at me with the sleepiest glassy eyes. Hi, wifey. Hope you sleep well and sleep talk well tonight. Melissa, one love. What's going on? Wick, wickety, wick, wickety, wickety, wick. RS Miller in the house. What's going on, RS Miller? 2 days, 14 hours, 38 minutes until the next FOMC meeting. Excellent. Need this thing to hurry up and load. Trying to see some odds. What are we saying? Load it all up. Load it all up. Being super slow. Markets, data, services. Select your language. Methodology, user guide. CME FedWatch API. Finally starting to load here. She said good night to all y'all, and I think she's sleep talking about smashing likes. All right, you heard it here. 2Dub said smash them likes. She's sleep talking, saying smashing the likes. All right, as this loads, I'm gonna put this over here, and let's go ahead and bring up our liquidation heat map. Take a look at that for Bitcoin. We can see that most of the liquidity does reside to the upside. If this thing, hello, hello. Wait. So let's see. We have. All right. So we do see, a lot of liquidity sitting to the upside. Not a whole lot sitting on the bottom side. Go ahead and throw this on the 3-month as that's loading up on the 3-month. You can come over here, bring this up. CME Fed Watch tool. We are sitting at a current target rate 425 to 450. That is a hold, I believe. That is a pause. Our current is 4025 to 450. 1% chance of a rate cut. So likely no rate cut this week, but maybe. So the key this Wednesday when the FOC comes out, as usual, will be just listening to Chair Powell speak, see what he has to say. See if he's like dovish or hawkish and why, and see what their plans are for the future. Are they going to say, we're considering rate cuts in April? Would it be April or would it be the first week of May? Either late April or first week in May. Sell in May and go away. So we do have some stacked orders down here. This is on the 24-hour, 26 million stacked orders to the upside. So a little bit on both sides of the market. My guess would be that if it went for one side, then it would tag that and then it would turn around and rip to the other side, whether it's down or up. That's what it's probably going to do. If it goes down first, then it'll probably rip to the upside. If it goes up first, then it'll probably rip to the downside. FOMC weeks do this. They're very volatile weeks. So just kind of would be expecting that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Velo chart. I do want to go over our open interest and what we're looking at here for our open interest. So this level that I have marked off here, this is our open interest. So these are your long and short positions opened, long and short positions within the market. We can see that we have dramatically decreased a bunch of leveraged positions over the past couple of months. But we've gotten kind of back down to our baseline. So anytime we've come back down into the baseline, that has pretty much marked bottoms. If I can find a drawing tool. Here we go. So this bottom here, brighten that up, thicken that up. There we go. This bottom here matched the base box here. We come up here, this bottom here is right in here. So we had already bottomed out and on our open interest. But we got into the box, marked the bottom right here, marked the bottom, short-term bottom, getting into the box. But the main thing are these swing bottoms. Swing bottom. Getting down pretty low on our open interest. And this is about where we are again right now. So are we going to continue the trend and start pushing back to the upside? Or are we just going to build up a bunch of short liquidity? So how we could tell that is if price was to start to push down. Okay, price pushes down, but our open interest starts to push up. That means more likely than not, we're starting to see a bunch of leveraged shorts being entered. And then that just leads to ultimately this going back to the baseline, which is a rip of the shorts. That's a short squeeze. That means we are closing all these open interest, all the open interest, all these leveraged positions by liquidation, forced liquidation. Or possibly we could see a dead cat bounce type of situation where we come up and take out these highs. Dead cat bounce situation, come up, brighten that up again. All right, take out these highs up here, dead cat bounce. This gets people really bullish. Price starts to trend to, or our open interest starts to trend to the upside. But notice if our delta is kind of more on the red side as price is pushing to the upside, and that means we're seeing more sellers coming in as price is pushing to the upside. So people are unloading their bags as price is pushing to the upside. Meanwhile, you have leveraged traders coming in, putting in their leverage longs, and then next thing you know, boom, long squeeze, boom, you get wiped out. So the main thing is a chicken wing. It's getting over these highs and being able to hold them so that we can continue to push to the upside. Until then, we remain cautious. LBC, do you know how to redirect my stream? I'll be streaming tonight. It does it every single time by we'll be streaming tonight talking about the drama that happened today that caused my removal from a group. Oh, okay. I mean, I think my thing is just set up to automatically redirect to you now. So there we go. Volume good on my end. You are fading away, LBC. Don't go towards the light, RS Miller. Don't go towards the light. Streaming later tonight. Excellent. Check out Trade Intuition right after this stream. The stream will redirect to his. So you won't even have to do anything. A bingo and a bango. All right, so that is our, whatchamacallit, open interest. We're kind of, leverage players are kind of, a lot of kind of licking their wounds, kind of wiped out a little bit. The only really way, so that means the only real way to push price down now is to spot sell and to see some spot selling. So keep an eye out for that. If we see some spot selling, then spot sellers outweighing our spot buyers, there you go. Retail sales month over month tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This could be a market driver. This is an hour before the market opens. I would look for, let's just come over here, go down to 5 minute, turn on our ICT kill zones, and what I would be looking for, let me see if I can find an example real quick. Because this is what you tend to see prior to news that breaks, okay? Prior to news breaking or data being released. See if I can find a prime example. Hey, Prime, check it out. Chart Prime. Prime. This one's close, but not quite. Not quite. This is what happens during news events typically. Oh, 9:30, nope. 7:30, 8:30, nope. 8:30, right there, nope. There's gotta be. When was the last time we had some news like this? Market driving news. 8:30. Nope. 8:30 right here. All right, yeah. So this is what we can look for. All right, so what tends to happen during some type of news events, we will see excuse me. What Asia will do whatever it does. And then we'll see, all right, what does London do? London comes down, puts in equal lows. What do I always say about equal lows? Equal lows love to be taken out. Equal lows and equal highs, by the way. These are relatively equal highs. And what happens? We start to come up, we get some news, price pushes up, double tops, taking out the highs. So what is price probably going to do after that? It's probably going to run back down to the downside to sweep the lows. Happens all the time. Typically, you look for some type of range where you get a double bottom that creates equal lows. Then you look for price to swing up, look for some liquidity to the upside, and then get a push back down, hop in on the momentum and ride the wave to the downside, and then hop in and out. Hop in and out. We've got these significant lows from the prior week before, or the prior session before. We do eventually take that out as well. But what I like to look for in general is something that looks like this. Is just a consolidation range of some kind, however it looks. Then I'll look for it to break down and then rip to the upside. I always do that. Always right click on accident. See a consolidation prior to news. News comes out, push down, and then it rips back up to the upside. But if there's still a significant low over here or some equal lows over here, something this, or maybe this low created an equal low from a previous push up that got you into the consolidation range. But you see that miniature consolidation range first, you come down, you hit that low on the bottom, you come up, you sweep all the highs, and then you run it right back down to take all of the equal lows down here. This is the market manipulation that they absolutely love to do. This is called a Judas swing, but it happens all the time. And it's typically you get a consolidation range, price breaks one way, fakes out to the other way. And sometimes not only does it fake out to the other way, it'll break up, break down. And if it created another type of liquidity pool on this breakout up here, then typically price will reverse and come back up. If it doesn't take out a liquidity pool, or create a liquidity pool rather, then what it will likely do is come up, and let's say it swept a high or something, or maybe it came into a fair value gap. What will typically happen is it's going to come back down, it'll come up, retest the bottom of the consolidation range for a bearish retest, and then roll over. And then you just look for signs. You can look for signs on like your oscillator. So what typically happens in this scenario is your oscillator is just, it's consolidating too, and then it gets run up, it gets run down, and then it gets run back up to the highs, but our price is only coming back up to resistance. But we're already super hot on our momentum oscillator. So what's likely to happen? It's going to roll back over. And that's what you usually get. So is the dollar going to ride down BTC and back then? I guess. I don't know, man. What's going on, JB? Thank you for being here. JB. There you go. What up, straight vaping? CJ, what's going on, CJ? Hope you're doing well. So those are the types of like intraday trades that I look for, is the consolidation range, break one way, come back down to the other way. And like I said, and then look, perfect example of what I was just explaining. So you get the consolidation range, you get the break up, take out these highs. Since you take out the highs and you're not creating a new liquidity pool, then we expect to run back down. You come back up, you hit the bottom of the support, now resistance, pull back, come up short. You can take another short and you just ride it back down again. So pretty simple stuff. Simple stuff. This, not so simple. This is all over the place. But let's see what we've got. So what happens here? What happens here? So we consolidate. And what do? We come down, tap. Okay. Move this over here. And what do? We sweep that low. We push up to the upside, coming into a fair value gap over here. And then we push right back to the downside. But look, when we come back up, we come back into that range. Instead of coming up and getting a rejection off the bottom here, we actually come back into the range, get a pullback, and then run it back to the upside. And of course, we run it back into another pool of liquidity, which is more so this push down here, this energetic move down here. Sure, on a higher time frame, this is some kind of imbalance, like a fair value gap. If I go to the 15, yep, fair value gap right there. 15 right there. I'm right into that fair value gap. There you go. There you go. There you go. This happens all the time. Highs, lows, get taken out, come back into the range, get a little pullback, push to the upside. To see what that pullback is on a fib, that gets you down to the golden pocket. So golden pocket pullback. There you go. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover girl. Bitcoin dominance sitting at a 61.6. Hold on. 61.65. Still just kind of maintaining in here. I don't know if we're in some type of distribution or accumulation. Are we going more into Bitcoin, or are we coming more out of Bitcoin? What's going on? What's going on? We can take a look at our total 2, which is our altcoin market. Zoom it on out to the weekly chart. I believe this one is still holding trend. So still holding trend on our altcoins. This is your entire crypto market minus your Bitcoin. I do also like to take out, do minus USDT, minus USDC, hit enter, and that takes out our stable coins. This is just our crypto assets. Still, same story, holding up the macro trend on the weekly chart. So, and we have not come up and taken out any highs. I don't know. Could be bottoming. Something that we could look at is some, let's take a look at like some dominance of some altcoins, we'll take a look at XRP. XRP is coming for ETH. Kind of take ETH's spot, sitting at 5% dominance for XRP, holding up well these past few weeks, even with all the turmoil and turbulence that's been going on in the markets. XRP dominance has been holding pretty strong. Pretty strong. Coming up here. Yep, still holding up pretty strong here for the XRP dominance. Take a look at the XRP BTC chart. And it's sitting right up here at the highs as well. So, seeing if that can get another breakout, then XRP USD might see will see a breakout as well. Let's take a look at TRX.dominance.D. You can see this one has been kind of pushing to the upside. I mean, it's actually, kind of putting in higher highs and higher lows. So against Bitcoin. So that's actually positive for that. Let's take a look at ETH.D. Let's take a look at ETH's dominance. Ooh, absolutely being destroyed. So Ethereum or XRP's dominance is at 5.08%, only 3.5% less dominance than Ethereum right now. And if you look at the market caps of each, ETH is about like 230 billion, while XRP is like 120 billion, 130 billion. So it's all XRP's got to do is double in price, while Ethereum does nothing. But all it's got to do is double in price, and it'll reclaim the number 2 spot for the first time since 2017. The only other altcoin to hold that number 2 spot from ETH, I believe. And briefly took out Bitcoin for like a day or something. Until they removed it off of Korean. They just completely, they were like, oh wait, nope, they removed XRP that it was on Korean stock or crypto exchanges. They just completely removed that from the coin market cap data to make it seem like that XRP never ever surpassed Bitcoin, but it did. Let's go ahead and take a look at our futures, stock futures, our indices. I did want to point out that, or did I do it on the SPX? Oh, it might not have even been on this chart. Time to go to the icy white chart. Icy whites. Icy white. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Going on, did I see Kelly? Hi, Kelly. If it takes number 2, it ripped to Pluto. Yeah, exactly. All right, so taking a look at our index chart. Let's go to the index. My icy white chart. All right, so SMT divergence showing up here for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Going to explain this for you guys real quick. If you watched my stream on my channel earlier today, then you probably already saw this. But if you didn't, we're going to go over it anyway, again, here, right here, live on Piper Academy. All right, maybe I should do this one on the weekly. There we go. All right, so SMT divergence is when two highly correlated assets, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, diverge in their price action. So what happens is Bitcoin puts in a higher high, but Ethereum puts in a lower high, or at least goes flat. Does not put in a higher high with Bitcoin This shows weakness for the market in general. And then what happens after that? This is a bearish SMT divergence. We then get the rollover in both. Now, on the bottom side, we have created a higher high on our Bitcoin and a lower low on our Ethereum, giving us a potential bullish divergence. And this is how you can spot divergences without using any kind of oscillator and just purely based off of price action. We can take a look at, let's see, 2021. There are a few times, now this is on the weekly chart, does play out more often on smaller time frames, daily or lower, but let's see, Bitcoin holds here while Ethereum puts in a lower low. That gives us bullish price action. Actually, we can see Bitcoin starting to push to the upside. At the same time, on Ethereum, it's pushing to the downside, creating that SMT bullish divergence. And then they both push to the upside after that. So just one example, we put in a much lower low here. We put in a little bit of a higher high here on Bitcoin. That gave us a pullback on both. And then again, we put in the flat and starting to move to the upside price action on Bitcoin while Ethereum was going down. And then we get to push up. Bottom indicator also right here. We can see Bitcoin put in lower low while Ethereum put in a higher low. This is bullish SMT divergence. This marked the bottom, not for Ethereum, but for Bitcoin. See how this is working? So, no indicator, purely based off of price action between two highly correlated assets. And there you go. There you have it. SMT divergence. Take that and use it. All right, back over to our ES. How are we starting the week off? Go down to the hourly chart. Oh, well, first I do want to point this out. So this is our RSI. This isn't my RSI primed. RSI primed. Shout out to Chart Prime. Link in the description down below. Want to put this on a line. There we go. Bang, bang. Potential bullish divergence here on the S&P. Now this can still come down lower. This can still push down lower. And it can still be creating a bullish divergence. So just be aware of that. We are below the 200 daily EMA. And it looks like we are opening the week off with a sell-off maybe. We did it first. Oh no, when did we start? Right here. So yeah, we're starting off with a little bit of a sell-off here. But when did we actually start? Right here. Yeah, we did start off, boom, to the downside, trying to gather itself. We'll see what it does. This is a breakout. So it is currently trying to hold that level for support on the ES. Take a look at the NASDAQ. We are above the 50 on the RSI as well, but this is the 1 hour chart. So could be short term moves to the upside. This is coming back up, breaking the low here, creating a fair value gap as it breaks this low, and then coming up into the fair value gap, the bearish fair value gap. So could see some downside here I would probably expect some more downside here on the NASDAQ, just based off of that alone. If it can come up and reclaim this fair value gap, then it will likely push higher and aim for higher liquidity pools up here. We do have the 200 daily simple moving average sitting up here as well that would likely act as resistance at about 20,400 points. Take a look at our Dow Jones, and it's about the same. So all of these, all the major indices looking about the same. Dow Jones has just been in a steady decline because our manufacturing. So basically, just need to break above this line and get above that 200 daily EMA before we start to think anything super bullish. Take a look at our Russell 2000. These are our 2,000 of our small market cap companies in the stock market. This is what I was thinking we could potentially get. I don't know why I've got this drawn on here twice. We do have this. I'm not sure what this is. Probably some type of fair value gap, maybe on the weekly. Probably come up into there. We've created a double bottom in here, or more equal lows in here. So we know that equal lows love to get taken out, and that's why I said we might just run up and then come down and take them out, because yeah, I mean, we've kind of put in a little bit of a bullish divergence in here as price remains flat, but our oscillator has been pushing to the downside. So that's a little bit of a hidden bullish divergence, which could just be a short-lived bounce. We shall see on that. What else? Anything else? The Dixie. What is our Dixie doing? Our Dixie. Zoom on out to the weekly. Dixie is getting a nice sell off. Looks like it'll probably continue to sell off. Let's see if the Aussie dollar, Aussie USD, we want to see this move to the upside for the Dixie to come down. That's not really looking too strong. Let's take a look at the euro. The euro is the one that's been kind of pumping up. It came down into liquidity, pushed up back above the 200-day SMA. So if the euro can continue to push to the upside, then the Dixie will continue to push to the downside. The British pound is looking a little bit stronger as well. Okay, holding that, coming back above the 200 daily SMA, above the 50 on the RSI, looking good. USD CAD is actually swept the highs. So this could start pushing to the downside, which means that would actually mean the opposite of the other ones, because it's USD versus the Canadian dollar. So pushing to the downside would mean the US dollars going weak against the Canadian dollar. Same with the USD yen, Japanese yen. This one's just kind of chaotic a little bit. Okay, this was the Japan carry trade last year. Put that big sell off. Might get a little more of that later this month, this week. We'll see. Anything else? So yeah, everything's looking pretty strong against the Dixie, but we're still risk off, probably because of our 10-year yields, which I don't really fully understand. So I'll leave that for Piper tomorrow morning on the morning market report with the OC guy at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys check that out. Let's see. Made in America coins. How are we looking over here? We've got H-bar up 4.47%, DYDX up 4.4%, APT up 4%, Seeing a little bit of green over here in our Made in America coins. Our H bar is holding above the 200 daily SMA, so that's good. Kind of bullish there. DYDX below our 200 daily simple moving average. Same for APT, same for OP. So H bar is looking strong, stronger than the others. LTC, ooh, it's kind of getting a little bit of a bearish back test right now, trying to reclaim that 200 daily SMA. We'll see if it can or if it will just come up to this weekly fair value gap and get a rejection from there, potentially coming down to just this general demand zone in here. So we shall see for the Dixie. It is sitting below the 50 on our RSI, so showing a little bit of weakness. That doesn't mean it can't get a push up into that fair value gap, but given that this week will be volatile due to the economic calendar, we could see all kinds of trickiness this week. But the main thing, like I said, is going to be looking for those consolidation ranges, looking for one side to get taken out, and then looking for a reversal and trying to ride that reversal back the other direction to the other side of the consolidation range, hunting for a liquidity pool that is resting on the other side of that range. So that is how I play these news events when I get a chance to. We do have the Bank of Japan interest rate decision this week as well. Tuesday night, I will be live for that. I'll be going live right around that time. Looks like they are expecting to actually hold, to pause. So that's interesting. That would be more on the bullish / neutral side, not really bearish. If they were to raise their rate, then that could start more unwinding of the Japan carry trade, which just would not be good. But aside from that, earlier Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do have building permits, preliminaries, and housing starts. So this is just going to be housing market. We want to see this meet or beat forecast because that would show that people are spending money and or have money to spend to buy houses or build houses. So more so like construction companies are getting enough work to build new homes. So forecast for building permits is 1.45 million and housing starts at 1.375 million. We want to see these come in at forecast or beat for us to be bullish. Retail sales month over month tomorrow morning, actually at 8:30. I do believe we want to see this kind of at forecast. Maybe not too high, maybe not too low. If it's too high, could mean, all right, retail sales are kind of pushing to the upside, which is kind of showing a potentially a growing, strengthening economy, but that also could create what? Inflation. So there's a lot of things going on in the market right now that we just really got to be careful with. And then Wednesday, we have the FOMC. We have the rate decision. That'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then at 2:30, we'll have Chair Powell's press conference. And that is where we'll probably get more of the meat and potatoes. So yeah, let's just be cautious of that. Since the market since the market is at a 99% expecting to remain paused, unless we get a surprise cut or hike, the market's not going to move on the rate decision. The market's going to move based on something that Powell says within the press conference. So I would just wait for the press conference on that. And then on Thursday, existing home sales, and Friday, nothing. But each one of these is a good trade day. Typically, we don't trade the FOMC day until after the FOMC, after the dust has settled on the FOMC. But as far as Monday and Tuesday go, I think we can see some. We could probably get in on some trades on early in the morning on these. So my suggestion would be to watch Alex O Crypto tomorrow morning and Tuesday morning during these times, because he'll likely see the setups, and you'll be able to make some moolah following that guy. Not financial advice, just my opinion. But anyways, guys, it is 2 minutes past the hour. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for joining me this evening. If you wouldn't mind smashing up that like button and hitting that subscribe if you are new. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we've got Good Morning Crypto. Hopefully, I believe he's starting. Actually, BC is going to be starting 30 minutes earlier because he's going back to work. So that'll be at 6:30 a.m. I believe. Yep, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 7:30. Then we will have the. Excuse me. Sorry. Then we'll have at 10 a.m. the morning market report with Army Piper and the OC guide. Then at 4 we'll have trade intuition for the Trade Academy. And then we'll be right back here for more Markets After Dark at 10 or at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go check out my channel. I've dropped a couple of videos over the weekend. Go check those out. Did a live stream today too. Go check that out. Thank you, Alexander G, for throwing that link into the script or in the chat. And but yeah, until tomorrow, guys, I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And have a great Monday. And I love you all. God bless. Peace out. Peace out. Ride the waves. Bye.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, find out you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, I shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's Markets After Dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets After Dark, where only brilliant shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance, where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. On the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From Bitcoin markets soaring fast. Markets After Dark, I shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see the future in sight. It's Markets After Dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the